Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. And today I will be teaching you how you can make this kind of an illustration. So it's also called hand lettering typography. So let's see how that's done. The first thing we're going to do is create a new document. For that, I will be choosing this customized document that I had already given the dimensions and the width and the height. So you can do the same by providing the same values, which is 1000 by 1000 pixels. And I will be giving a name to my document as well called the hand lettering typography. Yep, and okay. So first thing I'm going to do is that I will be opening my image, which was this turtle image right here. So you can use any image you like. Doesn't necessarily have to be the same image that I'm using. Any simple, really simple image like this. I do not need this. Okay. So I will now double click on my layer 1 panel and I will be choosing this first option, which is the template, and it automatically dims the image to 50%, meaning that it will bring the opacity down to 50% like that. And when you do that, this layer automatically becomes locked and it becomes like a template type of an layer. So I'll now create a new layer and I'll rename layer 2 as text. Make sure that my second layer is activated, and now we will be adding adding this text, right? Text on the shell. So I'll choose my type tool and just make one big box like this. Delete the text that I don't need, which was a dummy text, and type out this code, which says, and it'll be all in caps. So it says sync. Wait, oops, yeah. Wait, okay. Yeah. It says sync beneath the surface and you're free. So I'll select all my text right here and I'll choose a font, a really simple font, which is the Arial font. Make sure that my text is bold and I will increase the size from 12 to 72 like that. Okay. Bring this here. No, 72 looks too big. Let's bring it down to 48. Oh no. 36 looks fine. So I'll right click on my text and click on create outline option. So this turns my text into a vector image and I can easily edit this even further. So then what I want to do is that I'll right click again and click on ungroup. Now I'll just carefully select each text and group each word together. So to group this word, the shortcut key would be Ctrl plus G. Similarly, I'll select the next word Group them together by using Ctrl+G and repeat the process with the other words as well. This. So make sure you're just choosing each word carefully, like that. So once that's done, we can go ahead and just place our text on our shell like that. So I'll just push this up and just roughly add the text around the shell. Keep rotating like this. So make sure you're also leaving adequate space between each text so that when we fit the text around this shell, you can easily do that. Okay. This here. Okay. So I'll select the first word, go to Object, come down here to this envelope distort and click on Make with Mesh. And I'll make sure that the rows and the columns is 3 by 3 and click on OK. So I'll zoom in and with the help of the direct selection tool, I can just choose one of these anchor points and bring them inside like this. So as you can see, we can now easily move our anchor points around and play with the words like this. So you can place them and see how you want it to be. So like this. Probably this looks good. Now I'll select this text and repeat the process. Go to Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Mesh, 3 by 3. Yep. And using the direct selection tool to edit and move our anchor points around however you want it. Like this, drag this, actually just drag this up like this. This probably, yep. Okay. Choose the next word and keep going. So this is a little time-taking process, but it's pretty fun as well, as you can play around with the mesh tool and see how you want to place your texts however you want. This probably edit this even further. Move it around so it takes up maximum number of space around the shell. this, and similarly with the other one. Like this. So try and use up as much space as possible so that it looks pretty neat. So it's okay if it's looking a little weird or you don't know what you're doing. It's okay. This is the fun part, that you can actually rearrange each letter how you want it to look like. We bring this one here, object, blend, envelope distort, make with mesh. So another fun thing is that you never know how it's going to look like or how it's going to turn out to be. So just go crazy with it and play around as much as possible. Like this. So it's okay if your text isn't taking as much space as you had hoped to be. Just try and stretch them out as much as possible. Like this. So make sure you're selecting the anchor points only. So the more you move it around, the more crazier it's going to be. Like this. Probably move this one there. That. Just 2 more to go before we move ahead. Mesh. Okay. So yeah. This. You keep going like this. Try and make use of the space as much as possible. Like this, that, and just one more to go. Like this. Object, envelope distort, make with mesh. Okay. So select A. That's a shortcut key for the direct selection tool. Zoom in and oops. Yeah. Just move this around. Like that. So we've roughly covered the entire shell. So now the next thing we're going to do is, like the remaining portions you see here, we will be using the pen tool and to make our rough shape of the turtle, the hands and the head and the fins, right? So I'll make sure that the stroke is there and I'll let the color be gray for now. And again, very roughly just use my pen tool to make the shape like that. So it's okay if it's not coming out to be perfect, but you just want the rough shape like that. So the thing is that the more complicated you take your image to be, the more complicated it'll become for you to finish this. This, play. Okay, just editing this a little bit more like this, just cracking it up like that so that I cover up as much space as possible, like this. Bring this one down like that. Okay, so this looks good for now. I'll select this and add a gradient like this. The gradient would be black and white. I'll let it stay the way it is. And similarly, repeat the same process with the other fins as well. So try and take your pen tool as close as possible and drag it down like that. Yep. And one last. Just bear with me. I know this can be extremely time taking. We are almost coming nearer to the end of our tutorial. And just adjust this a little like that. So once that's done, now the only thing is left to do is to add the eye. So I will be using the ellipse tool and click on Shift plus Alt and create a small circle. And this time change the gradient to radial gradient, and from black I will be choosing the color light blue, and yeah, close this and bring it on top like that. Unlock my first layer and hide like that. So you kind of get the idea that there is one shell over here, and these are the hands and the fins of our turtle. So that's it. So now let's go ahead and also save our document. To do that, we'll be going to File and clicking on Save As. So by default, our document will be saved as a Adobe Illustrator file. I highly recommend that we save a file in this format so that in case if I want to make any changes, I can easily access my AI file. And we click on OK. Save. And OK, that's it. So there you go. Now we are now come to the end of our video. I hope you found this video to be useful, and with a little practice you can play around similarly with different types of images and type in any type of words, quotes you would want. So thank you for watching. Keep practicing and stay tuned for more.